Hi everyone, my name is Virginia Edwards, and I would like to tell you about a professor who inspired me in my college career, and her name was Juan Matthews. She was a reading instructor here at Chandler-Gilbert Community College, and I was a reentry student. Not sure what I wanted to do or if I even wanted to pursue a college career because I was a single parent of 3 children. But she was so amazing in the classroom, and she had such energy, and she was so devoted to her students and was always telling us that we had to continue on, that we could do it. The other thing that I remember about Wanda was that she would also meet us in the courtyard in front of the cafeteria and just would have normal conversations with us, have lunch. She would stop students along the sidewalk and just say hi, ask them what they were going to do in the future, if they had been registered for classes yet. And she just was a genuine person like that. And so that helped me to continue on with my education. I ended up also being a student worker for her in the honors program. And even when I went to ASU, when I transferred, I still worked with her for 1 year here at Chandler-Gilbert. And she just inspired me to get into teaching and to hopefully be the same kind of teacher that she was, with this energy and this just love for teaching, but also a real commitment to students. So I hope that the faculty here at Chandler-Gilbert can also continue that tradition. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Jennifer Peterson, and I remember one of my favorite all-time faculty members was Dr. Arnie Cooper. And the thing I think I loved most about him was his passion for teaching, his passion for education. We couldn't wait to get into the classroom to see what he'd do next, what he would share with us, or how he would link it to the real-world experience. He actually got us out into the classroom really early in our careers, so we got to apply textbook learning in real-world classrooms. So he was one of my favorite. And I'll never forget his little bow ties and how he had a laminated soapbox, and when he really wanted to make a point, he would throw the soapbox on the floor and say, "Give me just a moment as I hop onto my soapbox." And he would stress or articulate his point, and I would actually put in my notes, the soapbox point. So just his passion for teaching, his passion for learning, and his passion for inspiring students is what really made him an outstanding teacher.
Hi, I'm Terry Moser. My favorite teacher in the whole world was Mrs. Jackie White. This was in high school. It was at a time when they didn't have advanced placement, and she recognized how bored I was and the lack of classes to challenge me, and she got permission for me to help her teach world cultures and humanities classes. It allowed me to go out and learn more in those classes than I learned in most of my college classes. I was able to teach it and explore it. I was able to challenge students. There was even a course that we did with Idi Amin, challenge students to take social responsibility and become aware of their worlds. She was one of the most incredible, kind instructors, and it was because of her that I wanted to go on and teach.
Hello, my name is Chris Ryder. One of my favorite professors was at Arizona State University when I was an undergraduate. His name was Dr. Paul Cook, and he's a science fiction author, a writer, but most importantly, he's a college professor and a teacher, and he cared so much about our success. But he did so in a very creative and unique way. He always inspired us to be creative and to be analytical. And I know that it was in his classroom where I decided that was what I wanted to do with my life, was to be a college teacher. And I'm so happy that I've been able to figure that out at the right age so that I could pursue my dreams. So thank you, Dr. Paul Cook.
My name is Anthony Broughton, and one of the instructors that made a huge impact on me was Johnmond from NAU when I was doing my undergraduate work. He brought real life application and an energy to the classroom that kept me engaged as a student. I'd get bored if somebody didn't keep me going the whole time. So he did a really nice job with that, and I was struggling that semester, and I went in to talk to him, and he gave me some great advice about how I should be approaching school and what it means and how to apply it to my own life, which really made me want to be a communication major. And he was a fantastic teacher, a mentor, and really a really good example for me. So I always appreciated that. So thank you, John.
My name is Heather Horn. I'm English faculty at Chandler-Gilbert, and I want to talk about My second grade teacher, Mrs. Masters, and my first college English teacher, whose name was Maura Orr. I probably wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for Mrs. Masters, because I had a first grade teacher who didn't like me. I fell behind in my work for her class, and she literally made me spend 3 days in a conference room until I finished catching up on my work. And Mrs. Masters saw what was happening, and she said, "I want that girl in my class next year." And so she took special care of me. She believed in me and encouraged me and restored my confidence. When I started college, I was taking my first English class, and it was a little overwhelming. I'd never written that many papers or that long of papers, and there was an assignment. I didn't know if I could finish it, and I was very panicked. I thought if I didn't finish it, I'd have to drop the class. I was really worried about my grades, and I called my teacher, my professor. She had given me her phone number, and I called her on a Sunday night in a panic, and she said, "Don't worry," and she met with me at 8 a.m. the next morning, and we talked through my paper. And I understood that things were going to be all right. And so again, the teacher having confidence in me helped me succeed. And so I just want students to know that you always should ask your teachers for help. Don't be afraid to ask your teachers for help.
Hi, I'm Nancy Short, and I was lucky enough to have 2 faculty mentors when I was an undergraduate. I was pursuing my undergraduate degree in economics, and my plan was to return to my job in marketing in the electronics industry. But these 2 faculty members knew how much I enjoyed tutoring in the math lab of the Learning Center at the college I was at. And so they encouraged me to consider, instead of going back into marketing, consider being a college professor, which I never in a million years would have considered. But their encouragement led me to go to graduate school and led me here. The best and most fulfilling career I ever could have imagined.